Well, let's hope so. I mean, interestingly enough, the markets are not affecting other countries. So differently than 2011, it's really focusing on Italy, which means that the markets are interpreting that the ECB could be ready to intervene for other countries. So it's really an issue between Italy and the EU, and I think I mean, we all hope they can find a solution. I mean, in defining a path of the budget which is sustainable and compatible with debt sustainability, because debt in Italy is high.
Do you think Italy is taking this gamble with European officials because Italy's not the first one to break budget rules? They're certainly not the first one to go down this path of ignoring the budget discipline, if you will. Do you think they're saying others have not been punished, that perhaps the EU is just bluffing and they simply won't be able to punish us because we're too big to fail, in so many words?
Well, I mean, that's I mean, hopefully not. I mean, because there is a limit I mean, and it's a risky gamble. On top of that, Italy has a high debt, so I think it would not be good for the markets, for the credibility, that there is a tension between the Commission, the European Union and Italy. But clearly what happened in the past, the tolerance maybe has been a bit excessive, and you know, it has created some moral hazard. Hopefully, you know, we see this with Brexit also. You know, there is in the end a tendency for the rest of the Union, when you have somebody who tries to depart too strongly or to confront too strongly Europe as a whole, then the other countries unite themselves. So there is a risk of Italy getting into a corner. So I mean, I think the dialogue is the only way out.
How concerned are you currently just about the moves in the bond yields? If you look at SocGen's exposure, if you look at the broader European banking sector's exposure to Italian debt?
Well, I think as the markets are showing, people are hedged by now. I'm more concerned by the fact that higher interest rates in the end affect the profitability of the Italian banking system, and this may lead the Italian banks to stop lending to the Italian economy. So creating some kind of a credit, I wouldn't say credit crunch, but you know, getting close to a situation where Italian banks cannot lend to the economy. And this may worsen the macro scenario for Italy.
What happens at that point? I mean, what would be the rescue mechanism to prevent that?
You know, if we get to that situation, I think at some point they will have to find an agreement to make sure that there is a support also of the ECB and bring spreads back down. But it's going to take time. We've seen in the past that, you know, spreads can go up very quickly, but they are slow in coming back. So you need a dynamic to bring the spreads back to normal as soon as possible, because it will take time.
How do you think the ECB is perceiving this? You have a fair view to what actually goes on there in terms of the ECB board members. Do you think Mario Draghi is concerned enough about the Italian situation to say, perhaps we need to put some of our plans on hold?
No, I think, I mean, as I know him, and I think if he's a European, and I think all the other board members are European. I think monetary policy has to be designed for Europe as a whole. The European economy is doing well. They have committed to exit QE, so they won't stay longer for, you know, on QE. They won't prolong QE just to help Italy. I mean, there are other instruments in case of financial instability. So I wouldn't expect interest rates, the path of interest rates to change just for that.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.